things that thank you. There's a lot that I want to talk about today because this month is Celebrate the Divine Truth. And Bertha just spoke her divine truth. Reverend Sunshine spoke her divine truth. And they allowed themselves to look at what they're contributing to their own thoughts and their own actions that's allowing them to feel connected with others. So the truth sets us free. So the more that we can just step into the truth and see ourselves for how we think and how we feel, we can make adjustments so that the light shines through us. And then George cultivated the light from the get-go with I am the light, you are the light, we are the light. It is a beautiful thing to look at the world around us and state and claim that it is us, that we are all one here, that we are the light shining through. And I am going to
You muted yourself, beloved, and we need to hear every word.
thank you, my love. I don't know how I did that, but I am going to be Captain Obvious today. And what I mean by that, I'm going to talk about things that you already know, but it reminded me to be the light. And I brought out these little light bulbs. This one's a night light. This one's a light specific for the oven. It can take the heat. This one is what most people used to use. And this is the new energy efficient light. So why am I sharing this with you? Each light serves a purpose. And we are the light of the world. We are cultivating the light in our life. And everybody goes, well, I'm just a night light. But night light brings comfort and warmth. It guides you from one room to another in the dark. The oven light, it can take the heat. So no matter what you're cooking, you can use that light and it will not absorb what you're creating. It will not make it personal. It will just be the light in the heat for you. Because when you're in the flow of creativity and you're just saying what it is in your mind and someone takes it personal. When I first started in Science of Mind, I would go see my practitioner and they go, Judy, don't take Sunday talks personal. Take them on for how they feel, what the message is, but it's not about you, boo-boo. Think bigger than the message. Think bigger of how if we embodied and embraced all this, like Reverend Sunshine said, how amazing this place is and how it can reveal and be. So when we got to the energy efficient light, our everyday comforts brought us convenience, but it didn't necessarily increase the value of the situation. So energy efficient does give you immediate gratification, but there's something to be said about lighting a candle. Lighting a candle and being the light, honoring the light, having a ceremony or a tradition that you do to acknowledge your oneness with the world. Something that you can do besides just flip a switch on or off. You want to be able to know that you are the light, that we are cultivating the truth by exposing you as the light of the world. But what do all these light bulbs have in common? Those light bulbs need a conduit in order to express the light. So that conduit that we use is us. God uses us to be the light in the world. And when we stop and we do our spiritual practices, we're making sure we're plugged in to the truth that sets us free, that we are more than this form. We are more than the experiences we have. We are more than what this life is offering us in tangible ways, that we are actually the life expressing in God, as God, for God, with God. So if this light bulb burns out, I can go get another one and the light will continue. If I trip over my own cord and unplug my light, I can pick up that cord and plug back into the truth. That the light bulbs that we use, these bodies that we use as conduits for the Spirit of God itself, are temporary at best, but the electrifying truth that is who we are is God expressing in and through us. We are the light of the world. Take a deep breath in. Let that soak in. The other thing that I was thinking of when it came to lights, have you ever gone to a foreign country and plugged in your hair curlers and they were a USA product and you plugged them into an Australian electrical plug and it created a spark and ruined my curlers? The curlers. Has anybody ever done that besides me? Where you think because it looks the same, it'll be the same, but you need to make sure sometimes you need an adapter, someone to help you as you adapt to the new environment, to the new experience, someone that can help you absorb the electricity as you rewire yourself from two cords to a conduit, to a coaxial cable, that you can bring in more power and be a brighter light. That as you develop your spiritual growth, as you develop your spiritual traditions, as you develop things, you're building a stronger wire. You're building a better avenue for light to shine. And even a nightlight brings comfort. A floodlight might be too much for some people. So know your environment and know your capabilities. And be careful that you don't spend your life decorating your light by being the fancy light shade. Go ahead and just take the lampshade off and be the light, because every room you walk into, every place you go, requires a different part of you to show up. So it's not one light shade fits all. It's a variety of personalities within you that adapts to the needs of your environment, that allows you to shine. Woo, I was waiting to tell you that. Could you tell? I was wanting to let you know that the power within you is the electrical force of the universe that is expressing specifically at you at the wattage that you feel most comfortable at. So go ahead and plug in, hold on, and let your light shine. The other thing that I wanted to talk to you about is the Christmas Carol. How many of you have seen the Christmas Carol? I need a show of hands. It is with Ebenezer Scrooge and the three ghosts. I think everybody has seen that, right? Well, I watched it yesterday, so I had to include it today. Ebenezer is a rich person that is a miser. And he has one employee that's a kind man, and he has a little boy with a disability. Christmas comes around and all Ebenezer can say is, bah humbug. All the employee wants to do is be with family and celebrate and count his blessings. When Ebenezer goes to bed that night, he gets visited by who? Anybody know? It can be interactive if you like. The first visitor, yes, Gary?
The ghost of Christmas past.
The ghost of Christmas past. And what does the ghost of Christmas past show Ebenezer Scrooge? Do you remember? It reveals his childhood. It shows him being alone at Christmas time. and how Ebenezer grew to build walls of protection to protect himself from the holiday, because it reminded him being alone as a little boy, not being included. And to make things worse, Ebenezer's sister goes and collects him and brings him home and teaches him how beautiful it could be with family, and then dies in a young adulthood. Another layer of protection on Ebenezer Scrooge. And the ghost of Christmas past shows him the reflection of his hurts and his pain in the life of Tiny Tim, the son of his worker. So the ghost of Christmas past takes Ebenezer back to his bed, and he wakes up for a second and goes, oh, great, I'm home. And he goes back to sleep. And then who visits Ebenezer Scrooge? Anyone? Gary seems to know.
The ghost of Christmas present.
The ghost of Christmas future. Ghost of Christmas present comes in last. The ghost of Christmas future shows Ebenezer Scrooge what his life is going to be like if he continues to let life make him bitter and not better. If he continues to protect himself from the love he craves and to keep himself distant from the people that are trying to touch him, love him, include him. The Christmas future ghost even takes him to his own death and shows him what people say about him. That it was unfortunate that he was so bitter. It was unfortunate that he had so much and didn't know how to share and be grateful. It was unfortunate that he never let anybody in. So he leaves the Christmas future and he goes and he wakes up and it's Christmas morning. And Ebenezer discovered from those two experiences that the Christmas present is, what did he learn from the past? What did he learn from the future? And what can he do today to make sure he has a good Christmas? That we've been rejecting people that have tried to add value to our lives, our whole lives. It is nobody's business to make you feel connected. It's nobody's business to make you feel loved. They can offer, but you have to accept. And after that experience of Christmas past and Christmas future, Ebenezer found the love in the Christmas present. And what did he do? He was so filled from the inside, he could not wait to share on the outside. And he gave food and he gave money for people that did things for him. And he asked his nephew, can I come over? And do you have enough of your sister in you that you can forgive this old man? Can we be the loving presence that is being called forth in this Christmas 2020? Can we look at our past and say, what did we enjoy? What did we cherish? What do we hope no child ever experiences, and bring it to the present? Can we look at the Christmas future and learn from that if we continue on this path, who's going to be with us in the future? And it doesn't matter, even if we're on Zoom, we're together. And we bring what we fear could happen and we resolve it in making sure it doesn't happen by bringing it to the present, bringing the past and the future together in the present, in a prayer for a fulfilling, joyful Christmas right here, right now, that does not take spending money. Because I think it's very interesting that Christmas is for Christ's birthday, and we're the ones that are expecting the gifts. Aren't we glad we don't celebrate birthdays like that for us? That it's my birthday, but I got to give you gifts. Think about that. What can we give in this moment that will help somebody that's struggling? And when I say that, I'm thinking about us. If we're struggling with anything, if we're feeling the separation, if we're feeling the isolation, if we're feeling the distance that COVID has created for us, if any of that is happening for you, if you can take a deep breath right now and just breathe in that the one breath we breathe is in the same breath that Sunshine breathes in Long Beach, Jan breathes in, I forgot where she lives, but it's far, and the same breath that Hannah breathes and Nancy breathes, and we each, Don and Vancy breathe, each one of us is breathing the one life, the electrical current of God, of love that gives us our light. How good is that? How amazing is that? And I invite you now to consider what you can do for yourself. Put the mask on for you first, and then put the mask on for somebody you love, and let them breathe the oxygen of life that is the love of God that creates the light in each and every one of us. What can we do for ourselves to make sure that we get the best gift available that only we know we want, and then give from the overflow? For me, it's quit using other people to feel sad. For me, it is to quit using COVID as an excuse to feel isolated. For me, it was to know and love that even though you don't do it the way I thought you would, that you're doing it the best you can to know you love me. Can you see those shifts? So I get to open the doors of receptivity, that I get to bring in all the love that is you, that comforts me on the inside so much that I fill the empty spots with the joy and the love of your friendship, with the power and the presence of who you are, and have this seeming one image be the prism, not a prison, but a prism of light that is representing of everything I love. That I love me so much that I set myself free from missing out, from holding back, from being blame, shame, guilt. And I just let this light shine as if it's sparkling, illuminated things all around my house. And I can see that which is unseen and that which is seen that reminds me of love. The power of our mind. Do you know what one of the best Christmas gifts that is being sold in the market right now are virtual goggles? For those that don't know how to stimulate their own imagination, we have virtual goggles because the mind doesn't know the difference in if it's tangible, real, or if it's imagined. So use your imagination to inspire you to feel connected regardless of circumstance, and let your bright light shine, that people on your street go, ooh, I wonder what happened to Ebenezer Scrooge. He's out there celebrating life. What's going on to them? I want what they're having. So with that, I'm using this match to light this candle that has 3 wicks in it. And I want you to imagine that you can see that light. And I want you to breathe in that light until you can see it, feel it, and know it for yourself. Breathe it in. Breathe in love, like George said. And breathe out resistance. Breathe out holding on. Let it go. Like it says in Frozen. Can you see the light now? This is the triune nature of God. This is the spirit of who you are, with the law that always says yes, that creates form. This is the triune nature. So just take a deep breath in and know that as you look at the light that shines, maybe if I go like this, can you see it that way? So Gently close your eyes, but still see the light. And then exhale the oxygen that is who you are individually, a loving expression of God. Breathe in and feel and sense the breath of God dissolve any resistance in your body and let the love of God circulate in and through you. And this time when you breathe in love, sense and feel the light going from your mind's eye into your heart. And know that that heart, that flame, that flickering light is the passion of love. It's the passion of life. It is the love of God itself. And now imagine that as you're looking at that light, you see someone bringing in extra logs for you. There's extra resources to keep your fire going. And now breathe in and sense and feel somebody stoking your fire, oxygenating it so it stays alive. Breathe in and see someone's boots close to the fire, knowing that they find warmth and comfort next to you. And breathe in and see a roasted marshmallow that somebody is fed by your presence here on earth. That you are a happy memory, a spiritual experience for them. God is your resource. God does stoke your flame. God is bringing people into your life that warms you and warms from you. We're interconnected and we are spiritually fed from the community. And as we breathe it in, answer these questions as you gently place your hand on your heart. The gift I see in me is, you are a divine gift of God with a special and beautiful talent that is unique for you. The gift I see in me is. And as you breathe it in, the gift I see in my family, my friends, the gift I see in you is. Because we all like each other or we wouldn't go around each other. There's gifts right here. We're flooding our nervous system with the gift of God. And as you breathe in, the gift I see in my spiritual community is. And then knowing that this moment is a blessing, is an experience of God expressing as us individually and collectively. That we are the divine light that has been brought into the world for a time such as this. That we are the answer to the questions that we hold. We are the solution to the problems we think we have. We are the joy that we have been seeking and the love that we want. This is a moment that we use this time to be the divine truth and to cultivate the life that is us. And with a breath of kindness and love for the spoken word, we simply release, we allow, we surrender, we celebrate, we let go. And together we say, and so it is.
And now it is.
So it is.
And so it is. Dear ones, that you have been a blessing unto me, that I know that the light that we plug into the electricity, that we are staying connected with Source, that we are the Christmas past, the Christmas future, and the gift in the Christmas present. And that we are the light we've been looking for. Thank you very much for your time today. Have a great Christmas.
Thank you, Reverend Judy. Woohoo!
Thank you for letting me be a part of this wonderful celebration of Christmas. Thank you.